Most people who are sexually active would not say they are afraid of sex, nor their sexuality, but they are afraid to know their HIV status. According to UNAIDS, a website dedicated to giving HIV and AIDS statistics, 38 million people across the globe are currently living with HIV. So with this in mind, why has the public's perception of the epidemic not changed? Well, the answer is simple. Many are just unaware of the seriousness of the HIV epidemic and the importance of knowing their status. Today, I will argue that individuals should follow the CDC recommendation to get tested for HIV annually. Because my father is an outreach specialist who brings awareness to the HIV epidemic, I am very aware of the issue. However, many South Carolina residents don't even know the severity of the HIV epidemic, let alone their status. I believe that by the end of this presentation, you will be more aware of the importance of knowing your HIV status. First, I will talk about the HIV epidemic and the effects that it has worldwide. Then, I will talk about how HIV testing, along with treatment, is ultimately the solution to this problem. Now, I will talk about the HIV epidemic and the effects that it has worldwide. The human immunodeficiency virus, or HIV, is a virus that affects the white blood cells, causing them to attack the immune system. This virus can be contracted from blood, semen, vaginal fluid, and breast milk. Although much is known about the virus and its symptoms can be cured, the public's perception of the virus is often very inaccurate. Picture this. You're in Pakistan and you have contracted the virus from your doctor's reuse of needles. Suddenly, you have become an outcast in your family. They refuse to hug you, play with you, or even touch you in fear of contracting the virus. This scenario is a reality to the daughter of Mr. Shakai, a journalist who told his daughter's testimony for the New York Times. While instances like this may seem ignorant or rare, they are actually quite common in modern society. As you can imagine, the social stigma associated with HIV causes many to avoid testing and simply assume their negative HIV status. When a community of people does this, the virus is able to spread quicker and to even more people. In fact, the CDC claims that 14% of all HIV positive people are unaware of their positive status within the first 2 years of contracting the disease. Now that you know about the HIV epidemic and the effects that it has worldwide, I will talk about how HIV testing, along with treatment, is ultimately the solution to this problem. As I previously mentioned, the CDC recommends that all sexually active individuals between the ages of 14 to 65 should be tested for HIV annually. Helen Epstein states in her book titled The Invisible Cure that the reason for this is that knowing your HIV status, whether it is positive or negative, will slow the spread of the virus. HIV.gov claims that 1 in 7 people who have HIV are not aware of it. So the obvious solution would be for individuals to get tested. According to The Lancet, since the HIV testing initiative, the number of positive HIV cases has decreased 7%, where it was previously increasing. Once you are tested for HIV, and you will either receive a negative result and know your status with 100% clarity, or test positive and start receiving treatment for your symptoms immediately. To finish, I'll review with you what I've discussed. Today, I argued that the CDC recommendation to get HIV tested annually should be followed by all. First, I talked about the HIV epidemic and the effects that it has worldwide. Then, I talked about how HIV testing, along with treatment, is ultimately the solution to this problem. Today, I challenge you to take this information back to anyone who has been putting off an HIV test. Engage a conversation with them about their HIV status, especially before intercourse. Promote the idea of testing for HIV annually to your peers, spouses, or anyone you know that is sexually active. And educate people on the common misconceptions of HIV. Thank you for your time. If there are any questions, please put them in the discussion section.